Because Kanye is currently moving in silence, it might seem like he's not up to much at all. But when you take a close look at the details, it becomes clear that Kanye is absolutely locking in for the home stretch of Vultures 2 development.
I love leaking!
To start off yesterday's relevant news, we got a pretty dope interview with Rich the Kid done by Complex, in which they discuss both Rich's involvement with Vultures and his upcoming album being executive produced by Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign. Rich explains that following Carnival going #1, he received a message from Ye requesting to co-executive produce Life's a Gamble alongside Ty Dolla $ign. Along with this, Rich went into great detail about how he was the one actually responsible for Carnival's inclusion on Vultures. Rich explained that he did 2 songs with Ty and that one day he got a call from Ty saying that they wanted to use either Carnival or the other song on Vultures, and of course we know that Rich chose Carnival, which ended up being probably the better choice. I would imagine that this event of Ty and Kanye deciding to move forward with Carnival happened close to, if not on December 14th, because Kanye's old verse sounds super rough and the song was not played in Miami on December 12th. It just seems like between the 12th and the 14th is when Ty and Kanye decided they wanted one of the Rich songs, and then the decision was made. According to Rich, his new album was already mostly done before Kanye was brought in, so it seems like him and Ty were mostly just reworking, and in Rich's words, perfecting the sound of the project. I definitely think Plain Jane will be included on Life's a Gamble, considering the fact that it's like essentially done with only a few mumble lines from Kanye.
Nobody ain't stepping for me. 100 racks on a plain Jane rolling. In my pockets, blue cheese and guacamole. Is it real? Is it?
I would just not expect the beat to sound exactly the same, since Ye is really good at making albums sound cohesive, and he will not hesitate to completely reproduce a song so it fits better with the overall theme. And finally, the last notable thing from this Complex interview is that when asked about a possible release date for Life's a Gamble, Rich said very soon, within the next 2 months. The fact that he already had a lot of work done gives this release plan a solid chance of happening, but with Kanye, you literally never know. Like, what if one day he decides he wants to shift a Rich song off Life's a Gamble onto Vultures 2? That would probably set development back quite a bit. In a way, having Kanye executive produce is a gamble in itself, because it could result in a phenomenal project, or it could result in an artist like Rich parting ways with tracks that he wanted for himself. Now, in terms of Kanye actually locking in to finish up Vultures 2, I think we've gotten more than a few clear signs recently that he is rallying the troops. We know that Kanye needs a large team to put together these albums, so when you start seeing his right-hand men gathering in one place or one location, it absolutely means that it's time to lock in. In the past few days, we've seen both Rich and Young Lean present at the Yeezy HQ on Melrose, but 2 days ago we saw posts from both Fat Money and Aus Taylor showcasing their presence at the building. Aus Taylor pretty much goes everywhere with Ye, but the fact that Fat Money has been summoned to work on music 100% indicates that Kanye is finishing up his vocals, which is often some of the last work he does on songs. Fat Money was stupidly integral to Donda 2, and he also helped quite a bit with Vultures, writing and recording reference vocals that would end up helping Kanye or other artists get an idea of how to tackle specific songs.
Bow to your knees, then kiss the ring. Bow to your knees, bitch, kiss the ring. Bow to your knees and kiss the ring. Bow to your knees, I'm still the king.
Kanye, of course, does have other reference writers, but it's clear that he really values Fat Money's ability to emulate and lay down groundwork that makes it super easy to build off of later. Like I said, Kanye's song development process almost always ends with him doing finished vocals, so if Fat Money has been brought in to work on Vultures 2, it has to be close to done. And finally, a few of you guys might remember that a Kanye interview with Justin LaBoy was filmed and planned for release like honestly over 2 months ago at this point, but kind of fell by the wayside.
It was like, yo, Ty is with me. He came to my party and I looked and I was like, yo, this dude is like,
shout out to Ty.
The head of the spaceship. You know what I mean? Like he's going like Han Solo.
We had heard that apparently Kanye wanted this interview to go out right before the release of Vultures 2, and that is presumably why it's kept getting delayed. Just yesterday, a fan asked LaBoy on Instagram for a status update on said interview, to which he replied with next week. Now, of course, take this with a grain of salt, but since we know the interview has been withheld specifically to coincide with a Vultures 2 drop, the fact that LaBoy is confidently saying next week could mean that we are right on the cusp of the rollout getting revved back up again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and let me know down in the comments if you think we are actually going to get this Justin LaBoy interview released next week.